Well, good evening once again. Day 1413 now of the Trump administration, leaving 49 days until Inauguration Day. It's been 25 days since the election was called for Joe Biden. And we have set another grim record tonight. Over 2,700 deaths now in 24 hours' time. That's a record for this pandemic. That means it's worse than the bad old days, the darkest days of the pandemic last spring. It also means that an American is now dying about every 35 seconds. We are also at a record number for hospitalizations, with over 100,000 people hospitalized tonight. Hospitalizations, as you know, have doubled since November 1. No region of our country has been spared. NBC News has obtained the latest White House task force report sent to the states this week. It says, quote, the COVID risk to all Americans is at a historic high. It was a dangerous place due to the current extremely high COVID baseline and limited hospital capacity. And just this morning, an unvarnished assessment at long last where we might be headed. This from the CDC director.
The reality is December and January and February are going to be rough times. I actually believe they're going to be the most difficult time in the public health history of this nation, largely because of the stress that it's going to put on our healthcare system. We're in that range potentially now of starting to see 1,500 to 2,000 to 2,500 deaths a day from this virus. I do think, unfortunately, before we see February, we could be close to 450,000 Americans have died from this virus.
There was another alarming projection today along those same lines from the folks out in the Pacific Northwest, the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, University of Washington. They're warning the U.S. is on track, indeed, to surpass 471,000 deaths by the 1st of March. As this country grapples with the grim realities of this latest spike, big news arrived from across the Atlantic just after we got off the air last night. Great Britain has become the first nation to approve emergency use of Pfizer's COVID vaccine. Distribution expected to begin next week, which is when the FDA is expected to start the review process in this country. Earlier today, U.S. health officials gave their predictions for when immunizations might begin in earnest here.
If all goes well, we can make our first shipments of vaccine to states this month. And we are on track to be able to ship enough vaccine for 20 million Americans before the end of the year.
So between December, mid-December, and in February and end of February, we will have potentially immunized 100 million people.
Also today, the CDC revised its guidance for people exposed to the virus. They're now saying 14 to 10 days quarantine if no symptoms, and just 7 days when the test is negative and there are no symptoms. If you can follow that, as has been the case for weeks, there was little in the way of comment on any of this from our president today, but he did find time to record a 46-minute diatribe full of the same false claims he's been making for the past month about having won the election, about voter fraud, the whole vote being rigged. The bizarre remarks were recorded in the White House diplomatic room and delivered with no news media present, indicating perhaps the White House was aware networks wouldn't carry it anyway.
Leading up to the presidential election, we were warned that we should not declare a premature victory. My opponent was told to stay away from the election. Don't campaign. We don't need you. They were acting like they already knew what the outcome was going to be. They had it covered, and perhaps they did. That Wisconsin, we're leading by a lot. And then at 3:42 in the morning, there was this. It was a massive dump of votes. Mostly Biden, almost all Biden. I went from leading by a lot to losing by a little. Ultimately, I am prepared to accept any accurate election result, and I hope that Joe Biden is as well.
That's about how that went. All conspiracy theories, all painting him as the victim. Just yesterday, his Attorney General Bill Barr said he saw no widespread evidence of election fraud. Well, tonight, the Washington Post reporting that didn't exactly go over well with Trump. Not surprisingly, one senior official suggested Barr could soon be fired. An administration official and two additional people familiar with the matter are telling NBC News tonight Trump is not ruling out firing Barr. Tonight, Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani is still trying for his part to overturn the election. He spent this evening in Michigan at another event with Republican lawmakers to try to convince them to appoint pro-Trump electors who would ignore the official certification of Joe Biden's victory. Wild conspiracy theories over the elections are now threatening to influence next month's critical Senate races in Georgia. Pro-Trump attorney Lynn Wood and former Trump campaign lawyer Sidney Powell today hosted what was billed as a Stop the Steal, STEAL rally in Atlanta. This is the same Lynn Wood, the gentleman who looks like a mini Trump, who represented Richard Jewell as a personal injury lawyer. Today, he seemed to be mirroring the president he's so fond of. Wood weighed in on Georgia's runoff races that will decide nothing less than control of the U.S. Senate, warning the two GOP candidates had better demand an investigation into the presidential election or else.
Do not be fooled twice. This is Georgia. We ain't dumb. If Kelly Loeffler wants your vote, if David Perdue wants your vote, they've got to earn it. If Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue do not do it, they have not earned your vote. Don't you give it to them. Why would you go back and vote in another rigged election? For God's sakes, fix it.
Let's just take a second just to review. That man is urging his fellow Republicans to withhold their votes in the two Georgia Senate races that will decide control of the U.S. Senate.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.